Okay, we are live. I'm having some issue with my LED light over here. It keeps flashing. I hope it doesn't annoy you anyway. So, okay, now, just welcome to yet another Sunday Ask Me Anything session. I think you know the drill. I have been doing this for like 56 weeks right now. And what we do is very simple. Every Sunday night, I'll be actually going live on both my YouTube channel as well as on my Facebook group, actually, to answer your questions about Facebook advertising and digital marketing. So, if you actually posted any questions as a comment on my Facebook group or my YouTube channel, remember I will not answer your question on the comment itself via comment, and I will only bring them over and answer them over via this Ask Me Anything session on Sunday night. Okay, so what's up, Wing? Yeah, so basically, if you are here, I believe you know me already, but in case this is the first time you see me, I'm actually I'm Jason, by the way. I help businesses navigating success with Facebook advertising and digital marketing. More specifically on Facebook advertising, I've been doing this since 2010. Used to run a boutique agency that managed tens of millions in Facebook ad spend for close to 300 brands. But I stopped that part of business last year, theoretically, because I've been doing it long enough. 10 years is 10 years is good enough, I was telling myself. And I decided to dive deep into training and coaching. So I actually started training Facebook advertising and digital marketing since 2016. So over the years, I had the privilege to work with over 5,000 over individuals from 27 countries as we are counting right now. Is a very interesting journey, especially since last year, 2020. A lot of things has changed for us, and now I'm fully virtual and fully home based. The beauty of it is I no longer need to maintain an office. I used to run a training center. It was really the time where there are different kind of pressure on your shoulder because no matter what, you still have to pay the rent, right? So regardless whether you have students or not, you have classes or not, I still have to pay the rent. That was really where the pandemic hit us, where we really didn't get anything to do. To be frank, it was a very interesting 1 year plus collecting dust with the training center, and we decided that that's it. Because in fact, um, my business has turned really online virtual, as I mentioned just now. That's the reason why we get to work with people from all around the world. So yeah, welcome in. If this is the first time you see me, tag along. And if you have any Facebook ads related questions, feel free to post in the comment. Remember, I will not, unless you are here attending the AMA live session here, I will be answering as you ask your questions in the comment section. But if you posted anything on my YouTube channel and my Facebook group, come over here on Sunday night where we will discuss about your questions together. So today we have quite a number of questions. Just to quickly look at it, we have 7 questions, but I think these are all very interesting questions. That's why I wanted to actually spend some time going through them. And you guys will have the benefit of looking at the answers that I actually offer. So this is Oscar. Oscar recently joined my latest new Facebook Ads Academy. It was a very interesting program. So Oscar wanted to ask if you are using carousel ad displaying all the variants for this toy. So I would say if you are using carousel and you have a variant of 27, I suppose you are using catalog sales. Okay, so if you're using catalog sales, you can actually display more than 10 items. Now, the difference between carousel, if you're using other objectives, such as, whatever it is, right, that you build the carousel itself, the maximum number of carousel cuts that you can put is 10. Now, if you are using catalog, which means you build either your e-commerce website catalog or your CPaaS catalog, your product can go up to 100 because per product set is 100 product. I mean, you can actually put in, but then again, we don't want to actually put in too many because just you have to imagine, right? Thinking from the user experience point of view, when you are browsing, when you're actually attending or so-called consuming an advertisement, you will swipe, of course, if you're interested in the product services provided, right? So you will swipe, but then again, you will usually, because you have to always remember the attention span on social media is crazy short. So nobody will really swipe for a really like unlimited kind of looping. People will find it annoying. So I would say usually when we are using carousel, we limit it to maximum 20 cards. which means if you're using catalog per product set that you are actually using to advertise, I would suggest it to be below 20. In fact, 10 is the optimum number. But if you really have a lot of products that you're trying to, kind of highlight, then I think the 20 will be a good number. Yeah, as the front end, basically when you're doing, and then of course you can actually do different things. You see, when it comes to product catalog using carousel, you can actually break them into different product sets, and different product sets can be used as advertisement for different audience targeting, because you may have, let's say, a group for female, and a group of products for female, another group of products for male, right? That is how you can actually use to kind of like play around. So I would say, yeah, that's my answer. If you're using carousel, my suggestion is keep it minimal. I think 10 to 20 max will be okay. Anything beyond that, I think it will be a bit too much. That's what I think, Oscar. And next question Oscar has is about the time to run ads, which is, his question is it wise to run an ad close to Christmas? Now, you have to look at this question from different perspective. First thing first, my question to you is your product festive related? Like the other day, I was just working with a coaching client from Thailand. Basically his product are usually like household products and things that people will buy anytime, right? It's not really festive. That, for example, what are festive product? Maybe an iPhone, maybe an Apple Watch, because these are stuffs that people will buy as gift, whether for themselves or for someone else, right? So if you're gift related, if you're festive related, then of course you have to run ads on Christmas no matter what. Like I have another coachee who is, we're supposed to start last week, but we're gonna push it to next week. It's an international, the earbud brand. That product is really festive related. You have to run whether you like it or not, because from the other angle of looking at this is, Christmas is really a time where a lot of advertisers is going to come in. So that means your CPM is going to push. When your CPM is going to rise, your overall advertising cost is going to come up. Let me give you some example about understanding CPM change, right? Let's say, for example, if your normal CPM is maybe like $10, which means you spend $10, you get to reach people about 1,000 times. That's the max. I mean, the threshold over there, right? $10, your CPM cost per 1,000 impression is $10, which means you pay $10 to reach people 1,000 times. But then again, if you're running ads during this crazy time like Christmas and year end, the CPM may push up to maybe $20, which means spending $20 will only reach you 1,000 times, which means your cost actually double. So this kind of situation is very, very usual. It happens all the time, especially comes to the time where the market is really in high demand of ads. So yeah, so these are the questions that were asked. You see, come back to the coaching client that I was just telling you about, for my coaching client in Thailand, because his product is not festive related. So what we did was we actually don't run ads on, let's say, the 12/12, in the past 12/12, because we realized the cost was really like coming up so crazy high, and then we actually stop it. And truth enough is that basically after the 12/12, we started running the ads, and immediately we start to see the sales coming in, because this is really something that people will buy all the time. So that's where we make this kind of judgment call. So you have to understand your product well, and you have to understand whether Christmas time is that the time that you really want to really put in money. If not, I would say, well, it's just a few days, right? And the buying trend is very much on those festive related products anyway. People would not be buying, for example, I'm just saying, right? People would not be buying for like, water bottle, all this kind of stuff during Christmas time. They will be buying something as a gift, so the buying intention is always changing for users. You have to understand how you want to play around with all these so-called strategies. Okay, I hope I answered the question, Oscar. Now let's go to the next one, guys. I can see some questions coming in. Keep them coming. What I'll do is I'll just cover them all and I'll come back to you, right? And I see Dor here. What's up? Okay, now I have a question from Noor Farhana. Now, Noor Farhana is asking a question about, you're trying to set up an instant experience using catalog, but you cannot select the catalog. As you can see here, if you actually look at the catalog, there is none. There is no catalog. Now, there are a few possibilities, but here's how it works, right? First thing first, if you have CPass, because I actually observed from a comment, if you have CPass, you have to make sure that the CPass is connected to the right ad account. So the first thing you check whether this is the right account that you are using to connect to your CPass. If not, Go over to the ad account selection drop down. You should be able to find, if you have more than one ad account, you should be able to find the ad account that you are using, that you're probably using to connect with the CPaaS access that you have. So you have to make sure that you are using the right ad account. So if you really go in and check that you are really using the right ad account, however, you can't find your catalog, which is your CPaaS catalog, in that case, then you have to check with your, the product manager, so-called the account manager on Shopee side, just to make sure whether the CPaaS is correctly connected to your ad account. So that's how you check. Now, however, on the other angle is if you're actually running your ads for your own e-commerce website now, and you are not able to find the catalog here. So what I think you should do is actually very simple, right? In your business manager, okay, you can actually do some connection. You just have to make sure that the catalog is connected to the right ad account. So you can actually do it in the business manager. In the business manager itself, you see, when it comes to business manager, it's actually quite complex and complicated. That's why a lot of people find it very confusing, and in a way, a lot of people stop using business manager. Now, moving forward, I would strongly recommend that you connect everything to your business manager, because, well, if you are not using business manager, you're not able to verify your domain. When you're not able to verify your domain, you're not able to use your Facebook pixel anyway. So if you're running a website, die also you must use business manager. But if you are running ads at all, on Facebook, go for business manager. You have to do that because Facebook is moving more and more tools and features into business manager only environment. So if you're using still your personal ad account and all that, you might be losing a lot of things. So that's how I think you should be doing. So basically, no Farhana, I hope I give you some context to look into, because this could be very, very situational. So if you need help, remember you can reach out and sign up for some one-on-one coaching with me. Just go over to my website and look for coaching. So we can actually, you can actually sign up for a time where we can actually go through your situation. However, if you're already my students, whether you're my FAA member, which you are entitled for several sessions of one-to-one on a yearly basis, but if you have signed up for my recent so-called programs and all that, usually they should come with some form of either it's group coaching or one-on-one. So you can actually use those sessions to look at the problem, whereby I will be able to come in and take a look at, help you navigate a bit whatever the situation that you're facing right now. So use them, okay? There's no point keeping these coaching sessions, because it's only useful if you use it. If you don't use it, then it's gonna expire anyway. So yeah, okay, check on your expiry date. Usually every coaching session that comes with any programs are very kind of like, has their own expiry dates, okay, just to make sure. So now the next question I have is from English Financier, okay, commenting on my how long is Facebook ads learning phase, right? And English Financiers is saying it's very hard to master. Now, I don't know which part of things that you're looking at very hard to master, but if you're looking at general, Facebook advertising is very hard to master. Now, in my opinion, it's not really. But of course, you may be saying that, look, this guy has been doing it for 10 plus years. Right? Of course, he says it's easy. But you see, I have been working with a lot of new Facebook advertisers, as I'm a trainer as well as a coach. And I think as long as you follow the right path and, like a structured way of doing things, it's actually not very hard to learn. Just like when you're learning guitar, if you're trying to pick up things here and there, by watching YouTube videos, you of course will not be able to really master it in the very fastest way, right? But if you really go through some structured learning by some very experienced trainer, I mean, of course, you will definitely be able to start playing your songs in no time. So back to the same thing, right? Is it hard to learn Facebook ads? But let me break it down to you. What makes a good Facebook ads? Now, in my opinion, a good Facebook ads must be able to help you send the right message to the right people to get them to take the right action using the right structure. So these are the four main pillars of what makes a very good Facebook advertising campaign. So basically, you really have to learn how to really get everything right. But of course, if you want to take a level up, then you have to learn how to analyze. That's why if you're looking to learn Facebook ads and you find it a bit difficult, I actually have a program. Now, this is really something that I did like a couple of weeks ago. And I said I was the last time I would be doing this anyway. So, but since then, certain people, a few of them couldn't really attend on that day. And there are people really asking for this program again. That's why I'm doing this again on next Tuesday. For those who have attended already, please don't sign up because we only have limited to 100 packs. And based on the registration, we are already exceeding the number already. So if you have not attended the Numbers That Matter workshop, okay, the Numbers That Matter workshop is where you learn how to analyze Facebook ads metrics. And inside there, I also share with you how to really build a structured campaign. In a way, if you want to learn how to get Facebook advertising right, or if you want to take a level up to learn how to actually, really analyze Facebook ads, I would say this is the link that you should go to and sign up. And the next session is going to be on Tuesday. 2 more days to go. Today is Sunday. On coming Tuesday, we will have the very, very last workshop in 2021. After that, I'm going to take a break for a while. Okay, so I would not be teaching or running any programs moving forward from 21st onward. So if you want to learn, here's the link. Go there and learn, right? So if you're even watching the replay, you can still go to this link and see whether am I opening up for another session. Okay, so that's where you take a look at it now. So I hope I answered your question, English Financier. Basically, it's not hard. It's just you haven't found the right framework or the right structure. You just have to follow the path and everything is going to be okay. Okay, now the next question I have is from All Time Center. I hope I pronounced your name right. Now you say you have a problem with duplicating the ads. So you want to ads and you already have some posts with some engagement, which is kind of like a post that you have been using to run ads. But you're saying that you try to copy and post the ID and all that, is still the post is not available. It posted on page for sure. Okay, so how to solve this problem? Okay, long story short, your problem is you want to use a post to run ad because it has got already a lot of engagement and all that. You want to actually use the social proof. Now, you have used that to run ads before, I would assume. Else you won't be getting so many comments and all that, right? However, now when you want to create a campaign using the post ID and all that, you are not able to do that. Actually, the answer is very simple. Go back to the original campaign that you actually use this post to run ad, delete that campaign. Because the bottom line is every post can be associated to one advertisement campaign on Facebook. So if it has been used to run ads by one campaign, okay, you can't. You have to delete it and you have to do it again. So that's how it works. Just to make sure everything is the same, right? It's the same page, it's the same ad account, and everything is the same. So just have to make sure it's that. Okay, I hope I answered the question. All Time Center. I'm not sure if I pronounce the name right. I hope I do. If not, I apologize. Okay, so that's how you answer. You fix the thing. Go back to the old campaign that you use this post to run ad. Delete the whole thing, and this post should be available for ad again. Yeah, that's how it works. Okay, now we have another question from Troy. Troy is saying that you're trying to make a business page, a primary page for your business manager account. And it looks like it's linked to another business manager account. Okay, you have no way of knowing who linked that, as this business page was made in 2009. Do you have any idea how you should go about this thing? Okay, now, 2 ways to do this. What is happening for Troy is, you have a Facebook page that you have been running since 2009. And recently you want to connect it to a new business manager account. When you want to claim the page over as the primary page, you realize, oh, it says that the page has been claimed under different business manager. Now, when that happens, what can you do? Now, two things. First thing first, look around, ask around, really go back to the people who might have touched your, Facebook page, or in one way or another. Ask for the person who might have created wrongly a business manager and linked the page. Because very simple, if you can find the business manager that linked the page in the first place, all you need to do is you can request ownership of that page again, and then that business manager will be able to release it and you will be able to take it back. So that's how it works. So that's the simplest way to do that. However, if you really can't find who did that and you have no idea, you don't know what to talk to, who to talk to. Now, the second way is you can actually write to Facebook concierge and saying that you want to claim a Facebook page back to your business manager. Now, as long as you are an admin of the Facebook page and you have proof where you are the rightful owner of this business name and all this kind of stuff, right? You should be able to go through a process where you can submit all these documents and Facebook will verify, and if everything is okay, they will release the page back into your new business manager. That should work. So yeah, so these are the two ways I know it's painful. That's why it's very important that you really get your page claimed by your own business manager in the first place. Else, funny things might happen from time to time, just to make sure. Okay, Troy, I hope I answered your question. Now, my next question is from Grigory. Grigory is asking whether I have any video training about how to actually generally run, how to market a Lazada store when they are newly launched. Okay, so basically, you went on and say that you're still thinking about Facebook ads because you're not sure how effective. Considering you cannot track any process and all that, I agree, right? The problem about running ads for your Lazada store is that when you run ads, of course, you can run traffic. When you bring people over, when you don't have CPaaS access, especially, you lost everything. Whether they land or not, you don't know. Whether they actually buy or not, you don't know, and you won't be able to have all these attributions coming back to you whether you have, you are really getting the good results and all this kind of stuff. I know how painful is that. That's why that's why I developed a framework that even if you don't have CPaaS access, even if your Lazada store or your Shopee store is a new one, newly launched, and you don't have a lot of stuff, you should actually go for my Facebook ads for Shopee store course. Although it's for Shopee, it's applicable for all e-commerce marketplace like Lazada, like Tokopedia, like even Amazon. You can actually use the same framework as well to run ads. So I would say start from there, because if you have a new store, of course, the biggest problem is to drive traffic. But of course, you also have to understand that sometimes this is not a guaranteed thing, but at least it will help you to drive meaningful traffic into your store, which is the most important thing to get your store going and rolling, right? Because without traffic, there will be no sales. So we have to work on the traffic first. However, with our framework, you'll be able to, although you won't be able to do attribution, but you can still do retargeting. What we do is, because we use different action qualifier to capture the audience so that you can start retargeting them based on certain things that they do. It's very powerful. A lot of people, I think more than 1,000 people have enrolled in that class from all around the world. They love it. So go for that. Facebook ads for Shopee. Go to my website, shopupacademy.com. You should have a link, or I will actually put a description if you're watching the replay. Okay? So Gregory, I hope I answered the question. Now, the next one is from Andy. Andy actually kind of like message my Facebook page, either one. So if you ask questions on my Facebook page, remember, you have to come back to the AMA session to get my answer, okay? So Andy is asking, you are creating an ad, however, it's idle for a long time. Is there any way to fix it? Refresh it. If you try to create an ad and it's idle there for a long time, it could be the page has died, it could be the connection issue, it could be many problems, but just refresh it and start over again. Yeah, that should be the easiest way to do this, because there are many problems that might happen. But in between, I would say anytime when I face this problem, when the ad manager is not running and all that, just refresh, or you go back to your router and restart it again to see whether you can get a connection back. So yeah, that's how we work on that. Okay, so I hope I answered the question, Andy. Remember, guys, the numbers that matter workshop, because a lot of you couldn't attend the live training the other day, because this one I don't give replay, and it's only for the live viewers only. So if you can't attend, this is gonna be like, sorry, next time. But since I can still have time next week on Tuesday to do this again, I have time. I don't have a lot of things to do this month, so I would say, why not, right? So just come over. So if you really want to learn, level up, if you advertise on Facebook, you want to learn how to analyze Facebook ads, use this link to sign up for the Tuesday session. I'm going to teach live via Zoom. So make sure you sign up, make yourself available for 2 hours on Tuesday night at 8:30 p.m. so that we can actually do this together. But if you're watching the replay, you can also go to this link and see whether, when is the next time I'm doing it. If the time is right, sign up for it. It's very powerful. But for those who have already signed up, please do not join again, because I have only 100 packs for the room. So if you have attended, why not just give it to someone else to attend, right? So yeah, just do that. Okay. Now, I want to bring this down because I have another question on the Facebook page over here. So this is somebody asking on my Facebook group. So you are not qualified for CPaaS yet. You don't have a website, only a Shopee store. Your question is there a way you can download a customer list from Shopee store and use the list to create custom audience in Ads Manager? You can't seem to find it on your seller center. Okay, so that's the first question. Now, if you're using native, you won't be able to download the email. okay? But you can download their phone number. You should be. So I am not familiar with the seller center already because I actually don't actively sell on Shopee right now. But when I was managing for my coaches and all that, at one point, there should be a way. You can actually ask your whoever, like your account manager, or you can actually try to Google, look for it on YouTube. There must be some simple way that you can extract the phone numbers. Yeah, you can't extract the email, but you can extract the phone numbers. You should be able to try that. Okay. Now, the second question you have here is, can you create a customer list in Ads Manager when you think Facebook asks for a privacy policy company website to allow this feature? Thank you in advance. Okay, now if you don't, okay, yes, if you want to, upload, if you want to get all these custom audience using your customer list, you need to have a privacy policy. So if you don't have a privacy policy, you can always go to my YouTube channel, look for privacy policy on all my videos. I have a video to teach you how to build privacy policy link even without a website. So yeah, it's a very simple thing that the moment you watch the video, you know what to do, and it works like a charm. Everybody, thousands of people, if not tens of thousands of you, have watched that video and they find it useful. It works. So just go over to my YouTube channel, look for how to create privacy policy without a website or something like that. You should be able to get to a video and to learn how to do that. Okay, so I hope I answer your question. Now, yeah, I don't see more questions. We have Dor here. I'm not sure whether you're still here. Okay, thanks for joining. All right, guys, I think that's pretty much it. Let me give you another like 5-10 seconds, or for you to pop any questions that you have on the comment section, just to make sure that you are, I'm covering most of you. If not, then I think pretty much it. So yeah, another half an hour well spent. I enjoy my Ask Me Anything Sunday night session. So make sure if you ask any questions anywhere, whether it's on my Facebook group or my YouTube channel, come back here every Sunday night and I'll answer them. And then if you can, of course, the best one is come join me live and ask your questions live so that we can actually have a bit of chit chat over here. Okay. All right, guys, this is it pretty much. This is, yep, this is already like kind of like 10:28. I would do this again every Sunday night. So see you next week on Sunday night at 10 p.m. Then we will go through your questions. All right, thanks. See you. Bye-bye.